the AGM team, you can allow our members to log in. Allow our members to log in. So members, the notice convening this AGM is already running. It is already running. For those who are joining us online, notice convening this meeting is already running.
Till then. That focus hapo.
Okay, members, let us all rise as we welcome our guests. Let us all rise as we welcome our guests. It is quickly get seated front, yeah. Let's have one here. We can sit. Let's get seated. Okay, members, now that we have quorum, for those who are physically present and those who are virtually present, we are ready to start our meeting. The Director of Cooperatives, Madam Moreno, DCO, Sacco, Madam Verona, we have our auditors, read by Mr. Nabuki. We have our Father in charge, and we have Madam Wajiro representing Verona, board members, management team, members present, and those virtually present. Good morning. I do welcome you to this brand new day, that is the 24th of April 2021, and also to the event that we have today, that is the AGM, Annual General Meeting of the year 2020. You all agree with me that the year 2020 was a real challenge. It was full of challenges since the first time, since the day coronavirus was first reported in Kenya. That was on 13th of March, 2020. It had some negative effects on all economic sectors of our country, and Verona Huruma Sacco was not spared. But we thank God that He walked with us from that time up to December. And that's why we are here to celebrate and to give thanks to our God. At this point, since it is always good to involve God in whatever we do, I would like to invite our patron, Father Andrew Wajohi, to read us in prayer. Father Wajohi.
Let us pray. God our Father, we are here with grateful hearts. We are your children that you created out of love, like this precious gift that you have given to us. We can't thank you enough for our protection, for your protection, guidance, and for the gift of life. Our faith in you enabled us to entrust that you are with us at all times, in times of plenty, in times of scarcity, times of joys and times of sadness, times of blessings and crosses. God, our Creator, we thank you for the gift of this Sacco, for the members who entrust their resources to this organization. We thank you for the gift of our leadership. God, you have seen us this far. In spite of the challenging reality of the corona pandemic, for all the positive steps that the Sacco has made in the last year, we thank you. In areas that we did not do so well, areas that we failed, we ask for your forgiveness, and we seek for your guidance during this meeting. Be with us in this AGM. Give us your wisdom so that we may honestly evaluate our past performance and give us the courage to plan for the future. Bless our board members, bless our staff, and all the members, both here present and all those who are not able to attend because of the COVID restrictions. Bless our friends, our visitors, that this day may be a day that we are going to glorify your name. We ask all this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you, Father Wajohi. At this point, allow me to invite the Director of Cooperatives, Madam Oremo, to speak on issues, protocols, that is meeting protocols as directed by the Ministry of Health. Madam Oremo.
Spray. We are in the new normal. Okay. Just spray this. Let's see. Spray. It's okay. Thank you very much, Chairman.
We need one here.
And your board. Cooperators, good morning. My name is Dolphin Aremo. I'm the County Director of Cooperatives, Nairobi. And I'm also with my colleague, Rosalind Mwediga. Just raise your hand. We are here to give you the support that is expected of us. As you are aware, we are in the new normal. This has come with a lot of things. It has come with a lot of challenges. But the business is expected to continue. Mr. Chairman, you are aware, last year you didn't have a meeting because we suspended meetings. They are still suspended. The only meetings that we allow are virtual meetings and hybrid. Whatever we have today is hybrid in the sense that we have the board of directors here, the guests, the staff, and just a few members. But all the members have been given the link. And so it is a meeting like any other, because we had to confirm that members have logged in and that there is a quorum. And so nobody should doubt whether this is a general meeting or not. I want to confirm that it's a general meeting. I also want to clarify that last year when we suspended the general meetings, we allowed the board of directors to do a number of things, which will be ratified today. And that is the disposal of surplus, which members consumed. I confirmed that, but we have to ratify. Appointment of auditors, we allowed them to continue the ones they had. And even the budget, we allowed them to continue the previous budget that they had. Then there were those board members who were due to retire last year. We allowed them to continue in the office. And so today, we'll have those who were to retire last year to be the ones facing elections. So it will still be 1/3 and not 2/3. In today's meeting, Mr. Chairman, we gave you conditions. Because for you to have a meeting like this, which is not in your bylaws, we gave you conditions, and one was the timing. So this meeting is expected to take 2 hours. And so today you will see something different, that even minutes will not be read word on word. Even the treasurer will only give you the highlights. The auditor will give you totals and his opinion. That is part of the new normal that we are having. So I don't want us to start getting surprised. How come today the chairman is only taking 1 question or 2 questions? We had asked the office to take questions from the members in advance. And so my expectation is that most of the questions of the members have been answered. Let me just mention briefly about a few developments that are taking place in the cooperative movement. We have the review of the cooperative development policy by the national government. It will affect a lot of things, and once it is concluded, we'll expect the Cooperative Act to be revised and your bylaws to be amended. In today's meeting, you'll be amending your bylaws because there are very critical clauses which must be amended. For example, this virtual meeting is not in your bylaw, and so today you will resolve iwekwe kwa bylaw so that in future you do not have to keep going to the commissioner to seek for authority to have a virtual meeting. Cooperatives that have forces, those are front office service activities, are regulated by an authority called SASRA. SASRA is a body that was established by the government to license, supervise, and regulate cooperatives that are deposit taking. Deposit taking, in this case, the ones who have the front office, the equivalent of banks, but because of Banking Act, we avoid calling them banks. We call them forces. Now the new development is that all cooperatives with 100 million and above in form of deposits will be regulated by SASRA. And you fall in that category. In today's meeting, we will also expect you to pass a resolution to that effect. Regulation is a good thing, Mr. Chairman. Within the authority, we have established a department that also deals with fraud. And officers from DCI have been posted there. This is not to discourage you into the leadership. We'll be having elections today, but we are simply saying that the members' funds which are hard-earned must be taken care of. And so those are key resolutions. You will hear them in the chairman's report. I wanted to stress on them so that when it comes to that time, you only need to pass a resolution. And so you will be going to SASRA to be regulated. Because I will not come again in the interest of the 2 hours, I will not come again to talk. I just want to make a general comment about your performance. I have looked through your bylaws, and you are one society that should really thank God for your leadership. Interact with other cooperatives, find out what they are giving on the return on investment. This time, because of COVID challenges, things have been so difficult. Most cooperatives are either giving 0 or something 5%. Very few have been able to declare what will be declared today. And so as a director, I'm so encouraged, I'm so happy about this society. And at one point I told the board of directors that we will work with you. And I think I've kept my word. Today I was expected to be a chief guest in Sharia Housing Cooperative and many others, LSK, but I chose to be here with you today. Asanteni sana. I want to wish you fruitful discussions. Let's be fast in our meetings. When the chairman calls about proposer and seconder, we'll be looking kwa mtandao, also looking at you because you are also in the meeting, musione like wale wengine ndio wako kwa mkutano, so that within the 2 hours, we are able to meet our target. Thank you very much.
I'm made to understand that there are some of you who are present here and they are joining the meeting using their phones. If you're present here, you do not need to log in. And if you log in, then you use your phone all through. Logging in is for those who are virtually present, not who are those who are physically present. The other issue is some of us are wearing our masks, tunafunika mdomo, but we are leaving our noses. Can we cover the mouth and the nose properly? Let us wear them properly. Thank you very much. Now at this point, Madam Director,
the director says that logging in virtually for those who are here present can only be allowed during elections time.
okay.
Yes.
Okay, I'm correct. Mr. Sherman has told me that you'll be allowed to log in, those of you who are here, during election time, but not now. All right? So at this point, Madam Director has said that the reports will not be read. The books were issued out to you people earlier so that you may get time to go through them. So we believe that you've gone through the books. And for those of you who are present in the AGM of 2018, you can tell whether what we have is what transpired or not what transpired. Inaonekana nimekimbia kidogo. We have not even done introduction. And so at this point, I would like to invite Mr. Chairman, Mr. Omondi, to introduce our guests and the board members. Mr. Chair.
To our director, our DCO, our patron, our board members, all invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My part briefly would be, first of all, probably to welcome all of you to this meeting. And secondly, briefly to introduce the team who are here present, that you can, as members who are representing others physically here, would be able to know who are in the meeting. Is it in order? Is that in order? Thank you. So I'll start by introducing our guests, with your permission. As much as she was here before and has been able to give her brief address, I wish to acknowledge with thanks the presence of our director, that is Madam Maremo. I believe you had already seen her. A big round of applause for her. Secondly, I wish to introduce our DCO, who is also here with us, Madam Midhiga. I wish also to introduce our lawyers who are here representing KRK firm. Madam, thank you. I wish also to acknowledge the presence of our auditors who are here present to present the accounts, led by Banabiti. Thank you so much. The other one, and Moses, thank you so much. Thereafter, I also wish to acknowledge the presence of the board being led by our own patron, Father Wanjohi. Other board members who are here present being led by myself, William Mudhiambo, as your chair, followed by Madam Pielina Kinyo, our secretary, Bwana Gibson, who is our MC today, Madam Cecilia Mwangi, who is seated here, Madam Rosina, Bwana James, Bwana Francis Ngahu, supervisory, I can see Bwana Jackson is also seated at the right end. Other supervisory members, I have Madam Jane, Bwana Eric Kweyu, and to all our management members of staff, wherever you are, you can just raise up your hands. Thank you so much. So I think as we welcome you once again to this forum, we shall be able to interact within the time frame given, bearing in mind that this is the new normal. You'll bear with us if we happen to take you mbio mbio kidogo, si ni ukweli? But we'll ensure that whatever needs to be presented will be presented. Thank you so much. The meeting will be done by Madam. You just will be highlighted.
Let us have the notice convening this meeting. And I'd like to invite our secretary to read the notice. Let us have it on the screen. Okay.
Good morning, everybody. Here I'm going to read the notice of annual general meeting. We have it on our booklets, so we can have a look at to go through together. Notice is hereby given on 1st of April 2021 to all members of Verona Huruma Sacco Limited that the virtual annual general meeting for the year ending 31st December 2020 will be held on 24th April 2021 as from 9 a.m. The agenda shall be 1. Confirmation of the day's agenda. 2. Review and confirmation of the 2019 annual general meeting minutes. 3. Report from the chairman. 4. Report from the treasurer. 5. Ratification of audited financial statements for the year 2019, budget and the surplus disposed. 6. Presentation of the proposed budget year 2020-2021 and provisional budget year 2022. 7. Disposal of surplus for the year 2020. 8. Report from the Supervision Committee. 9. Presentation of 2020 audited financial statements. 10. Ratification and appointment of auditors year 2020-2021. 11. We have amendments of bylaws. 12. Resolutions. 13. Elections. And 14. Any other business whose notice will have been given to the Secretary 14 days prior to the date of annual general meeting. Thank you.
Thank you so much, B. Kenywa. I think from that we shall move on to confirmation of the minutes of the AGM of 2018. As I had said earlier, we believe that you've gone through the document, and now you can confirm that that is exactly what transpired on that particular day. So we need a proposer. You give your name and membership number. With the AGM team, let us also have those who are present virtually participate. So we can have a proposer from here, those who are present, or maybe from those who are virtually present, and then a seconder. Your name and your membership number. Yes, Gadenji? You raise up your hands. Those who are watching, joining us virtually, you raise up your hands if you want to propose or even to second. Those present virtually, you raise up your hand. I can't hear you. Let's have this mic here. Okay.
We have Ian who has lifted his hand.
Ian?
So we are going to unmute him so he can give us his membership number.
$144.98. And your name? Ian Mwangi. He proposes. Let's have a seconder. Your name and membership number. Mari Gadenji? He seconds. So we are done with the minutes. And now allow me to invite our patron, Father Wajohi, to make his remarks. Father Wajohi.
What I'm going to say is what is in this booklet. So I'm just going to say very few points, just a summary of it, keeping in mind the issue of timing. I think the year 2020 was very hard because of the corona pandemic. A year that we did not have an AGM was very exceptional. And our Sacco showed great resilience to return impressive results in 2020, despite the disruptive effects of the COVID-19. We are very much aware that many people lost their jobs. Some went for unpaid leaves. Others were affected by the pay cuts, while many businesses have either recorded losses or completely shut down. All in all, the Sacco has remained stable, focused, and has performed well in the midst of the storm. We attribute this resilience to our faith, our trust in God, that in the midst of hardship caused by the virus, the Sacco did not sink. Our Christian values, which are the foundation of the Sacco, has made the members and the leaders to embrace the cross faithfully, knowing that God will not desert us even when times are difficult. We are deeply indebted to our board members who have steered the organization, and to our staff members that has relentlessly worked hard for the Sacco to keep the high standards that it has always enjoyed for many years. May God bless our Sacco. May God bless our members. And we remain hopeful that this year will be a better year. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Father Joy, for those remarks. And now, at this point, allow me to invite our chair to make his report. Mr. Chairman.
Our chief guests, invited guests, distinguished guests, our patron, honorable members, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. God is good. And all the time? That is nature, wow. It is my pleasure, once again, on behalf of the board of directors, to welcome you all and to all our members who are here present physically and virtually, and all other members who are following us through all other social media platforms, to this 7th annual general meeting. This is to present and confirm our annual statements and audited accounts for the year ending 2020, and also ratify the accounts for 2019. The year 2020 presented an exceptional tough operating environment for most businesses and financial institutions in Kenya. The COVID-19 scourge triggered economic contradictions in modern history, leaving in its wake a volatile and unprecedented health crisis with deep ramification for businesses, households, employees, customers, and virtually everyone, thus cutting across all sectors of the economy. In general, the second and the third quarters of the year were some of the harshest periods experienced in our country in decades. Since March, when the country announced the first COVID case, the crisis jeopardized years of development and decades of long gains against poverty and growth, while threatening lives and livelihoods of millions. According to analysts, the steep decline of economic growth witnessed during the lockdown period as a result of closure of hospitality sector and global travel ban during the second and third quarters of 2020 decelerated GDP growth substantially from an average of 5.7% recorded the same period in 2019 to slightly below 1.5. Even though economic growth projections remain highly uncertain and gradual with outcome highly hinged on how the pandemic's third wave resurgence and success of vaccination plays out globally, as a country, strict adherence of Ministry of Health protocols for containment of the pandemic, hard work and improvement in agricultural sector together with policy actions taken to mitigate effects of the pandemic are highly expected to play critical roles in containing inflation to manageable levels. According to analysts, if this is well implemented, this forecasts a 5% growth in GDP. This is in 2021. Despite all these challenges, ladies and gentlemen, death on the other side continues to rip our society of our beloved members, whose pillars we have always relied upon as our main source of economic strength. With deep sorrow and profound grief, I wish to report that during the year 2020, we lost a total of 39 members. I would request that wherever we are seated, let us all arise and observe a minute of silence in their honor. Thank you. Let us be seated. On the Sacco sector's overview, ladies and gentlemen, during the year under review, the Sacco Societies Act 19 of 2008, Section 68, was amended, bringing Regulation 2020. These changes, as we have heard, in governance structures are expected to affect the following three main categories of SACCOs, officially putting them under supervision and regulation of SASRA in coordination with the Department of Cooperatives, effective 30th June 2021. And the main categories that have been affected are: one, any deposit-taking SACCO with members' deposits in excess of 100 million. Second one, those non-deposit-taking SACCOs that mobilize membership and subscription of shares and capital through digital or other electronic platforms. And thirdly, any diaspora non-withdrawable taking SACCO. The new regulation, ladies and gentlemen, is therefore expected to streamline, improve, and bring into operational proficiency required within the non-withdrawable non-withdrawable deposit-taking business. Maintenance of liquidity and capital adequacy ratios, credit management policies, products, and practices, amongst other things, are expected to play a key role in transforming this sector. These changes in regulatory frameworks, together with removal of interest capping, are highly expected to boost members' confidence as the sector continues playing its key role in promoting socio-economic empowerment of members with minimal hindrances. These are therefore expected to change the market trends, as many members who used to prefer borrowing from banks are expected to patronize SACCO's products at reasonable rates. On financial performance, ladies and gentlemen, despite the many challenges experienced during the year in review, Verona Huruma Sacco remains steadfast, recording growth in most aspects of our operations. Total assets increased by 16%, with members' deposits and loans growing by 20.4% and 12% respectively compared to the previous year. Interest on loans and advances are also also increased by 9.4% compared to previous years as members embrace Sacco's products. On share capital, the Sacco witnessed a growth of 11%, again clearly showing members' commitment and patriotism towards the growth of the Sacco's core capital. It's, however, important to note that due to the effects of COVID-19 scourge, total revenue dropped marginally by 2.6% compared to the previous year. In order to mitigate the effects of the pandemic on the Sacco and the entire membership, the board introduced the following temporary measures. These were restructuring of the loans for those who are affected, and restructuring of loans, rescheduling of loans, my apologies, suspension of fines and penalties on overdue loans, and at one point we also offered a moratorium and amortization that was carried out during the year. As a board, we appreciate the fact that financial growth in any institution is a combination of various internal controls and financial prudence that are heavily influenced by various external factors, such as economic trends, business cycles, interest rates, and competition, amongst other factors. Therefore, as we look forward to foster profitability and satisfying all members' expectations in line with our vision mission, we shall constantly monitor and review financial factors where necessary to adjust growth expectations in line with our strategic goals. On infrastructure, ladies and gentlemen, ICT infrastructure, despite the many challenges the ICT continues to face in Kenya today, use of ICT leverage products remains a key milestone in the success of any financial institution. This therefore calls for the need to review our ICT infrastructure with a view to securing our operations for Verona Huruma Sacco to remain steadfast and relevant in this challenging market environment. Therefore, as we endeavor to improve our operations and embrace the new normals, introduction of efficient and innovative services to our members through use of ICT leverage products to increase non-funded income and other alternative channels of transactions such as mobile and internet banking shall remain our key goals. Continuous review and automation of this infrastructure shall remain another key aspect to look into, and in addition, we shall strive to develop a lean and secure, flexible structures and products that are dynamic to the market changes. I believe you are following, so for the sake of time, I'll try to be very brief also. On compliance, honorable members, in compliance with the new regulation 2020, which is expected to take effect by mid this year, I'm glad to inform this meeting that realignment of our operations, registration of investment arm of the Sacco and formulation of policies are among key areas that are under consideration, and that a number of them we shall be presenting the resolutions to this meeting this morning as we move closer towards regulatory framework. In addition to this, attainment of key ratios, the Sacco has embarked on gradual provision of delinquent loans every year as per the IFRS 9 requirements. Therefore, as we move towards full compliance, we look forward to accommodative and smooth transitional engagement. Ladies and gentlemen, on strategic growth, the year 2020 marked the beginning of our implementation period for our second strategic plan that is meant to define our strategy for the next 5 years. Despite the many challenges experienced during the commencement period, the Sacco has remained steadfast in growth, with most aspects of our operation recording averagely within the projected rate. Therefore, as we continue to redefine our strategy throughout this implementation period, allow me once again to thank the team who are involved in coming up with this document in collation of their views and those members who are involved at one point or another. Therefore, as we embark on this journey, we shall continuously review our strengths, among other strategic factors, in all areas of concern as we focus in fulfilling our objectives. During this implementation period, our key thematic areas of focus shall be members, that is customer service and saving mobilization, prudent financial plans and credit policies, product development and services, corporate governance and human resource, and lastly, our ICT leverage in all aspects of our operations. As a major source of institutional capital, ladies and gentlemen, with most members having attained the improved minimum shares of 4,000, once again, we wish to urge all our members to strive to attain the maximum of 50,000, as we'll be presenting the resolution this morning for adoption once agreed by the members. Therefore, as we target higher growth and returns on investments, the board wishes to appreciate and encourage those who attain minimum shares and encourage them to target maximum allowed shareholding. On the registration of a subsidiary body, ladies and gentlemen, as you had heard, as we continue with the realignment of our operations in compliance with the regulatory frameworks, the board will be presenting this morning as one of the resolutions the registration of a subsidiary body. This is to delink our savings and credit business from the Investments and Housing Sacco by submitting our request for consideration to the authority towards registration of a subsidiary body that shall take over all investments of the Sacco. Therefore, as we embark on this separation and transitional process, inform this meeting that even though we'll be separating the two entities, but the housing project for the period that we have been able to work on this project is a reality, and we were able to hand over the first houses in the month of March 2020. On corporate social responsibility, ladies and gentlemen, this has become one of the standard business practices of our time, whose overall aim is to achieve a positive impact on society while maximizing the creation of shared values for our shareholders, our employees, and stakeholders at large. Therefore, as we continue fulfilling our objective, Verona Huruma Sacco shall forever remain a brand name as we continue to cooperate with like-minded institutions to support the less fortunate within our society. Annually, the Sacco engages in various activities to accomplish this endeavor, and last year and the other year, 2018, the Sacco managed to take part in 3 main activities. That was the Matter Hat Run, bursary scholarship for the less fortunate children within our society, and supporting our local church. On deposits protection, ladies and gentlemen, honorable members, I'm delighted to inform this meeting that over the years, the Sacco, through the welfare arm of the Sacco, developed a deposit protection cover to cover all our active individual members within the age of 18 years up to 69 years at joining the Sacco, by providing them a free life cover equivalent to 3 times one's deposit upon demise or involvement in an accident leading to permanent and total disability. The policy also covers critical illness to the tune of 30% of sum assured to a maximum of Kenya shillings 5 million. Why am I explaining this, ladies and gentlemen? This is a policy that was put in place by the board, but it's unfortunate that whenever something happens, majority of us do not notify our next of kin. So it takes us a lot of time in trying to follow up to ensure that our members are assisted. Due to the regulatory requirements from our insurers, therefore, those who attain the age of 69 and above upon unfortunate demise or involvement in an accident leading to permanent and total disability, whilst members of the Sacco qualify for single matching. The reason why we are saying this, the regulatory requirements require from the insurers requires that if God allows me to attain the age of 70 and above, there are certain restrictions unless now I get medical clearance from the insurers. But us as a Sacco, we have agreed that in case something happens, our members would still be covered to the tune of 1 times matching or single matching of the deposit held at any given time. So it does not mean that they are not included under this arrangement. So while this cover is in place, all our families' interests and Saccos at large are safeguarded. In order to ensure that every member's interest is safeguarded, on behalf of the Sacco and the board, I wish to appeal to you for your continued patronage, as the policy will only secure our investments against any eventuality as we continue or remain active members of the Sacco. As a way forward, ladies and gentlemen, as we prepare to navigate through the unknown future posed by the pandemic as a board, we wish to reconfirm our commitment and strategy as we remain focused on the following 5 key areas. 1 would be members' recruitment as well as saving mobilization. That shall be our key strategy as we ensure customer satisfaction through diversification of competitive loans and savings product. This is expected to enhance our collections and spur growth as we maintain the required regulatory ratios. Second would be enhancing prudent financial stewardship and performance management system as we target increased growth in Sacco's revenue. All these measures, together with having finance risk management system in place to closely monitor risk exposures from credit and ICT-related activities, shall be our focus as we target to maintain percentage at risk below 5%. Third would be establishing a strong policy framework through formulation of key organization policies as well as reviewing and updating the existing ones. And fourth would be to digitalize customer service department and enhance human resource capacity through training of our members and staff as we improve on service delivery. And the last one is to enhance ICT leverage products among other digital transformation platforms as we target non-funded items. Ladies and gentlemen, on election, as I always state, and I've stated before, the success of any organization depends on the leadership in place. Today, as we have been told by our director and other representatives here, we shall be having a third of our board members retiring, though seeking re-election. We therefore urge you to make the right choice by electing leaders of integrity, visionary, and who are dedicated to make our society to move to the next level. Therefore, as I conclude, in a special way, allow me to appreciate our patron, Father Wanjohi, and the entire Comboni Missionaries Fraternity, who have been working within our community for their support and cooperation, the board and our leaders from the ministry, being led by our own director, and the DCO for their continuous guidance and support during this difficult time. Last but not least, I wish to thank members of this team, management staff, and all our stakeholders for their support and patronage, without which this society growth and performance would not have been realized. Finally, on behalf of the board, I wish you all God's blessing and protection in all our endeavors. May God continue to bless Verona Huruma Sacco. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. Members, that is the chairman's report. And until now, it is still his, but we need to make it ours, we as the Sacco members. So we need to adopt it by having a proposer and a seconder. Those present We already have, say your name and your membership number. Wait for Mike.
My name's Dennis Gitundu, member number 13578.
He proposes. Let us have a seconder from those who are virtually present.
So we have Andrew Mumiko, he's lifted his hand. So we're going to unmute him so he can give us his member number.
Can you hear us, Brother Mwiko? Yes, I can. Your name and membership number.
Andrew Mwiko, membership number 22122.
Your second?
Yes, I do.
Thank you very much. So now the document is ours. It is no longer Chairman's report. It is our report. Now, members, allow me to invite our lawyer to make her remarks. Karibu, Madam Wajiru.
Good morning, everyone. As you've heard, my name is Joyce Moredi, and I represent KRK Advocates. With me is my boss here, Mr. Benson Kuria. I think he was supposed to be on stand, but I can take the stand on his behalf. So the purpose we're here is, of course, because of the AGM of Verona, but mostly the reason we are here is because of the new regulations that have been passed, which are the non-deposit taking regulations of 2020. So, as you've all heard from the chairman and from the director of cooperatives, Verona is undertaking or has deposits that are over 100 million Kenya shillings, and for that reason, then they're supposed to be regulated by SASRA. So, I think as we're moving forward, we're going to make a presentation as to why Verona is to adopt a subsidiary company as opposed to incorporating or registering a new housing cooperative to take over the property business of Verona. So thank you very much.
Tumpige makofi mazuri. Thank you, Madam Wajiru. Okay, at this point, allow me to invite our supervisory chair, Mr. Irongo, to read the supervisory report.
Asante kwa wote. Ripoti ya supervisory imeandikwa kwa Kiswahili, iko katika ukurasa 20. Na kwa sababu ya wakati nitaifupisha. Wapenzi wanachama, kamati simamizi ni kamati ya wanachama watatu wanaochaguliwa katika mkutano wa mwaka kwa malengo yafuatayo. Kwanza, kufanya ukaguzi wa jinsi shughuli za chama zinavyoendeshwa na baraza la wakurugenzi. Pili, kutoa taarifa za ukaguzi na mapendekezo kwa baraza la wakurugenzi, na pia kutoa taarifa katika mkutano wa mwaka kwa wanachama wote. Yafuatayo ni baadhi tu ya yale tuliyoshuhudia katika kipindi hicho cha mwaka na ambayo tutaonelea vema kuwaarifu. Utayarishi, ukusanyaji na uhifadhi wa rekodi za chama ulikuwa wasawa. Utendaji kazi na utoaji huduma za chama kwa wanachama ulikuwa sawa na bila ubaguzi. Ununuzi, matumizi na uhifadhi wa rasilimali za chama ulikuwa wa wazi, sawa na kwa manufaa ya chama na wanachama kwa jumla. Kanuni zilizotumika na taratibu zake katika utendakazi zilifanywa kwa kuzingatia sheria za chama. Mapitio au marudio ya sera na taratibu za utendakazi yalitekelezwa kwa faida ya chama. Ukusanyaji wa fedha, matumizi, uhifadhi na uwekezaji ulifanyika kwa kuzingatia sheria na kwa manufaa ya chama na wanachama na jamii. Tulishuhudia jitihada za kuimarisha matumizi ya teknolojia ili kuboresha utendakazi wa chama, utayarishi, usahihi pamoja na uhifadhi wa rekodi za chama. Sisi kamati tulitoa ripoti za usimamizi wetu pamoja na mapendekezo kwa baraza la wakurugenzi kwa mujibu wa sheria. Hali kadhalika tuakiria kwamba baraza la wakurugenzi lilipokea na kutoa majibu kwa maswada tulioibua. Kwa maoni yetu, katika mwaka wa 2020, shughuli za chama na usimamizi wake ulifanywa kwa mujibu wa sheria zilizopo na kwa manufaa ya chama na wanachama. Pili, matokeo ya kazi yalikuwa na malengo, faida kwa chama na wanachama na yalikuwa sahihi. Tatu, udhibiti wa ndani uliimarisha ili kuboresha utendakazi kwa kuzingatia usalama wa mali za chama na wanachama. 4, maamuzi na utekelezaji yalikuwa ya halali inavyokubalika kisheria. 5, wahudumu katika ofisi walichukua jitihada kila wakati walipokuwa wakitenda kila jambo. Kwa ujumla, sisi kamati ya usimamizi tunasema ya kwamba mwaka wa 2020 baraza la wakurugenzi lilitekeleza majukumu yake ipasavyo. Tunatoa shukrani zetu za dhati kwa fursa mliotupa kukihudumia chama chetu tukipendacho. Asanteni. Ni sisi wenu, mwenyekiti John Rongo, mwandishi Eric Weyu, mwanachama Jane Weru. Karibuni.
That report also needs to be made ours. That is the supervisory report. We need to adopt it. That is to make it ours. A proposer and a seconder. There's one over there. Okay.
My name is Patrick Mogwanjohi. Membership number 12041. I propose.
Let us have one from those who are virtually present. Banakweyu.
So we have Stephen Mwanda. We'll unmute him to get his member number.
Stephen Mwanda, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Your name and number?
My name is Stephen Mwendo. Number 128056.
1280? Thank you very much. He seconds. Now the report is ours. It is no longer the supervisory report. Now, members, allow me to invite our auditors to make their presentation. Bwana Ndabuki.
Good morning, members. Like the Director of Cooperatives mentioned, these are different times, or rather extraordinary times. We didn't have a meeting last year, and that was because of the attack by the pandemic. but this year we have it thanks to technology. In the interest of time, I want us to thank you very much for appointing us as the auditors. I want to say again, we don't take it for granted. We take the appointment very seriously, and as an eye for the members, we do the best we can in the interest of the membership. I would want to thank the management, staff, and other office staff and the board for the cooperation as we conduct our activities. We normally have very little challenges, and we can only thank you for that. As I invite my colleague to take you through the accounts, I want to say you're one of those societies that have done very well despite the challenges. There are quite a number of societies that are not paying dividends, and even when they're paying very, very little. So what you guys are getting, or rather what you members are getting, in Takada mujipigi makofi. With those few remarks, I would want to invite CPA Moses Nina to take you through the accounts and take you through the numbers and as well read the opinion. Our colleague, CPA PT Dewa, has stepped out, but will be joining us later. I'm sure you know me. My name is CPA Daniel Ndabuki. Sometimes I assume you know me, so I forget to introduce myself. Karibu Bwana Moses.
Director Cooperatives, Chairman, Board members, honorable members, good morning. I stand before you to present the report for December 31, 2020. As per the protocols observed, I will be very brief. I will refer you to our report on the booklet is on page 28. That's where we start with the statement of comprehensive income for the report 31st December 2020. I'll only be highlighting the few items as you follow through. In this current year of 2020, our income was 147.69 million, against what we recorded last year, 131.8 million. So there was an increase despite the challenges. I appreciate the effort made and all what has been done. When we move to the surplus before tax, we realize that 2019 we recorded 28.9 against 29.2 million, a marginal increase, which we also need to appreciate considering the environment that we operated in. So the net surplus we are taking to retained earnings is 29.136, slightly below what we did last year, 29.2. Somehow we stabilized on that. We move to page 29, where now is the statement of financial position. Others call it the balance sheet. In summary, we'll look at the total assets. The total assets last in 2019, we recorded 1.7 billion, against what we have now in 2020, 1.959. There was a remarkable increase. In liabilities, in 2019, we had 1.496 billion, against what we have today, or December 2020, 1.721 billion. In the financing, that is the share capital and the reserves, in 2019, we recorded 290.1 million, against what we have this year, 238.83. So all the fundamentals as required by the regulatory authorities have been met. I request that I read the opinion which is on page 25. Report of the independent auditor to members of Verona Huruma Savings and Credit Cooperative Society Limited. We have audited the financial statements of Verona Huruma Savings and Credit Cooperative Society Limited, which comprise the Statement of Comprehensive Income, Statement of Financial Position as at 31st December 2020, and Statement of Cash Flows for the year then ended, and a summary of significant accounting policies and other explanatory notes, and the Director's report as set out on pages 3 to 22. In our opinion, the financial statements give a true and fair view of the state of financial affairs of the Sacco as at 31st December 2020 and of its financial performance and its cash flows for the year then ended in accordance with the International Financial Reporting Standards and the requirements of the Sacco Societies Act number 14 of 2008. Thank you so much.
That is the auditor's report. We also need to make it ours, so we need to adopt it. We need a proposer and a seconder. Name and number. Those present virtually, wainue mikono.
So virtually we have Ruth Koine. We are going to unlock her so that she can give a number.
Koine, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Your name and number?
Number 153156. And I propose the financial
Thank you.
report.
Let's have a seconder. We can have one from here.
Anne Modonwe Betty, membership number 012219.
Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Now, members, allow me to invite our treasurer, B. Manea, to give her report. B. Manea. Yeah. We must sanitize.
Good morning, everybody. The director, the patron, the DCO, and all the members. I am here to summarize what you have already been told. You have heard the chairman say what we have done. You have heard the auditors give their report. And maybe before I start reading, I would like to say thank you very much to the management, because we are all here seated and I am here standing to give a report because they do the work. And I want to thank the board for making the policies. I am very grateful to our able chairman because he has given us direction. We wish to thank God that he has enabled us, even in these difficult times, to come this far. And it is my prayer that this Sacco continues to grow to all posterity. Now, I read my report. It's only a brief report. Good morning again, and it is my responsibility and the responsibility of the board to give this report. I give it on behalf of the board because as an individual, it's not possible because we are very many now, over 18,000. So, the financial year 2020, as we have already been told, was a difficult year. But even in difficult times, we eat, don't we? And so, if we want to eat, we need to work. And so the Sacco has worked, and this is the result. We have a revenue of 216,306,953. And then we spent 32,725,000 820. Our financial placements and investments stand at 1,315,023,776. The surplus was 29,136,855 amidst the challenges experienced, as we have already been told. So we project future growth of 30% averagely in our overall operations. With the proper planning, I do expect the management committee to well undertake the intended operations effectively, take up viable investment projects as and when opportunities arise without delay. I hereby present to you, dear members, the proposed budget in the financial booklet for the year 2021 for approval. And two, from the surplus of 29,228,164, I propose appropriation as follows. For the statutory reserve of 20%, amounting to 5,845,633. For the share dividend at the rate of 20.3%, amounting to 14,576,967. An approval for the honoraria. Okay, maybe before I say that, I want us to understand that the honoraria is the thanks you give to the board for all the work that you have had that has been done. So I am seeking an approval for the honoraria for the financial year 2019 and 2020 of 1.5 million each. As a token for appreciation to the board of directors and the supervisory for their contribution to the Sacco during the 2 years. Finally, due to the negative financial effects brought about by the COVID-19, resulting into the decline of global economic performance, Kenya included, the board hereby proposes a share interest on deposit at the rate of 11%, amounting to 154,352,969. On behalf of the board and the supervisory, I would like to express our appreciation for your cooperation, my apologies, the support we have received over the years from all the employees and the Sacco members in general. May God bless us, and may God bless Verona Sacco Society Limited. Amen. Thank you.
This is another important report that, again, we need to adopt. We need to make it ours. Give that mic to that member. Name and number.
My name is Esther Nyambura, membership number 014270. I propose.
Thank you so much, Nyambura. Let's have
So virtually we have Caroline.
Caroline?
We'll again unmute her.
Caroline, can you hear me? Caroline?
Hello,
Hello?
my name is Karen Gatito, member number 2130. 932, I second the motion.
Come again?
My name is Karen Gatito, member number 0130-932.
You second.
I second that.
Thank you very much, Nyambura.
Thank you. Now we need to continue working, and so I'm here also to present a proposed budget, a budget for the year 2021 and a proposed budget for the year 2022. We are looking forward to working and getting the revenues for 2021 to go from the actual that we have had this year.
Request the team, sorry.
Yes?
Request the team if it's possible to have it projected.
Oh, sorry. Can you project the budget, please, so that they can see?
So the report is on page 42 on your booklet, sir.
Okay, can I continue? All right, so our budget for 2020 was the income total was 292,035,540, but we realized 216,306,953. Now, in 2021, we are proposing a budget of 282,000 in income, 460 and 700. Then for 2022, we have a provisional budget of 332,338,766. So if we achieve that, then we expect our expenses for 2021 to come to 70,664,635. And for the provisional budget of 2022 to be 79,478,207. If that is realized, then we will have a surplus in 2021 of 211,796,065. And for the provisional budget of 2022, we would have a surplus of 252,860,560. So our non-current assets would be standing at 5 million in 2021, and the same would be for 2022, 5 million. hoping that God will give us the grace and that the pandemic will go down. We hope and believe that this can be achievable. Thank you.
So once again, we need a proposer and a seconder for that budget. We cannot use money without bila sisi kukubaliana. So let's get a proposer and a seconder. Name and number. Give him the mic. Give him the mic.
Stephen Mwangi, I propose the budget, and my number is 26104.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mwangi. Let's have a seconder.
So we have Harriet Adhiambo. We'll get our details now.
Adhiambo, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Name and number.
Harriet Adhiambo, number 20223.
Thank you very much.
I'm back for the last one. And now I have come to ask. First of all, I want to ask, this surplus that we have agreed to dispense, are you waiting to take the money, or do you want us to put it back in the account? Hello, hello. Interest and dividend. Shall we share it or shall we keep it? Okay, that is one. Thank you. We need a proposer and seconder for that.
I am John Mugoderito, membership number 0119407. I propose we share.
And do you have John Kabaria? So we'll get her details.
Yes.
John can hear us?
Yes, I can.
Do you?
I propose that I second that we share it. My account number 16835.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, I also want to request the proposal for the honoraria. Do you agree that the board and the supervisory are given the thanks they deserve for working hard for you to get the interest and the dividend? We need a proposer and a seconder.
My name is Vincent Babu. I propose. My number is 17629.
Yes.
And we have Nicholas Munyo. We'll get his member number. So we couldn't unmute him, so we'll just get another member. We have Lois Watetu. So Lois, give us your member number.
It's Lois Watetu, member number 01143334.
Yes.
Can I repeat it again?
I think it's okay.
No, we got it. Thank you, Lois.
Okay.
So we are done. Thank you. Oh, the ratification of last year. You ate the money, did you? Sorry, Madam Director, you know how it is. You know, I am a teacher, so these children. Yes, okay, we want the ratification of last year's budget because we already spent the money so that we worked the way we worked to get the money that we have now, isn't it? Yes, we have the 2019, the 2020, that is what we are rectifying. Is it okay? Hello? Yes, my dear.
Ratification
Yes.
is for the disposal for 2019.
The 2019,
and
yes.
the budget that we have already used as in forms of ratification also for 2019. So
Yeah.
there are two different items. So you can start with the budget and then now the disposal for 2019 ratification.
Ratification. Okay, so now, Mr. Chairman, I have told these people we already spent this money to work and get what we got for 2019. So the director is asking me to ask you, do we ratify? We need a proposer and a seconder.
My name is Wycliffe Mboka, member number 5920. I propose.
And we have Christine Madia. We'll get her member number. Christine, can you hear us?
Hello. Good morning.
Yes.
I support. But I don't know at what point one can ask a question in relation to the honoraria for 2020. If I can be given a chance, I'd like to comment on that.
That's fine, just proceed.
Yes, please.
Okay, the proposed honoraria for 1.5 for the year 2020. It
Yes.
is true, it is a gift to improve the board for the work that you've done for Sacco. But considering the difficult times that the board gone through, my plea to the board is that we reduce that. Let's agree to cost. I would propose that we reduce that figure from 1.5 to 1.1. That's my personal view.
Well, it is not my. Who answers that? Mr. Chairman? Yes? The? Okay, the questions will be answered later. What we are doing now is to ratify what has been proposed and what has been budgeted for and what has been spent. So, Eric, maybe we get another seconder. It has already been proposed.
So we have Kennedy already.
Mm-hmm.
Kennedy, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, membership number 0133549.
Thank you, Kennedy.
Thank you. Have I finished, sir? It's all right? It's already been, the dividends, okay, I thought we had already done that. So, the budget for last year. For this year, I have already done that. Okay, now, my boss has said, this budget that we spent to get the money that we have shared, do we ratify? The 2020 budget was 232 million. That is the budget that we had, 232,769,106. But the actual that we got was 183,581,133. Do we ratify that? Hello? A proposer and a seconder.
So we have Evelyn Sharon. Evelyn, can you hear us?
Yes. Yeah.
Please go ahead.
13118.
Okay, second.
Hello? My neighbor, 13118.
Thank you. Gina, see I mesema? Seconder is there waiting.
Elizabeth Kehona, I second membership number 13012.
Anything else, sir? Have I finished? Where? Mutaniripa. It's okay. Si tumemaliza. Yes.
Ratification of 2019 accounts.
Where hiyo tumemaliza.
Okay, members, I'm made to understand that we also need to ratify the accounts for 2019. So again, we need a proposer and a seconder. A proposer, 2019 accounts. We need to confirm and second. Let's have a proposer. A proposer.
So we have Susan Owano. Oh, I think we've lost her, so we'll just get another member. We have Grace Kuria. Grace, please give us your member number.
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Name and number.
My member number is 16503. I second.
Thank you. Let's have a seconder. We have one light over there. That one over there. Name and number.
My name is Peter Kirumba Gadecha. My number is 01-19953. I propose.
Your second. Thank you very much. So I think we are done with the accounts. And now, allow me to invite the chairman, Mr. Omondi, to take us through the amendments of the bylaws, which were mentioned earlier.
our RCT team would request if you'd be able to project the amended bylaws, amendment of the bylaws. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, very briefly, I would request once again to take you through the amendments, the amendment of the bylaws, as you had already been told, that we need to have our bylaw amended to realign it to the new regulation 2020. This is to comply with the new regulation 2020 as per SASRA requirements. So, as has been projected, and those who are following closely from these financial booklets, the report of the amendment of bylaws is on page 43. I'll take you through the clauses being amended, but because of time, I might not be able to read all the details of each clause. So the first clause would, the bylaw name of the society that have to comply with the new requirements. The term of director, would be the first item. The second would be the bylaw name of the society under the bylaw that would read Verona Huruma Non-Withdrawable Taking Sacco. My apologies, Verona Huruma Non-Withdrawable Deposit Taking Savings and Credit Society Limited. On the second bylaw, we'll have, or the booklet would have to give details of the registered offices. I believe the details have been given as per that column, as per the amendment of the bylaws. I hope you have the booklets, you'll be able to follow closely. On the third bylaw amendment, number 3 would be opening of other places of business, whose details have also been given as per the amendments under the Act, under the bylaws, Bylaw number 6 on the prohibited and restricted businesses is also given on page 5 as per the bylaws. On bylaw number 7, qualification for membership for natural persons, that has also been given. On bylaw number 10, qualification for membership, that is institutions, the details have been given again. Clause number 8, application for membership, the details have been given in comparison to what we have been having as per the old bylaws. Again, clause number 9, admission into membership, the details have been given again as per the realigned bylaws and the existing bylaws. Again, clause number 13, minimum content of membership as per the register, as per the requirements, whose details have been given as per the amended bylaws or amendments required being brought to you this morning. On the electronic members register as a requirement, that would also be required to be followed closely as a clause on the new amended bylaws. Bylaw clause number 16, 11 and 16 on rights of members, whose details will also be given on page 13. Clause number 12 and 17, obligation of members, whose details will also be given under page 14 of the amendment of the new bylaws. Clause number 19 and 24 on the nominees, whose details have also been given under the new amended bylaws on page 16. The bylaw number, clause number 28 on adequacy of capital, the requirements are also contained in page 18. On bylaws, the clause number 23 and 29 on share capital and shareholding, whose details will also be given according to the new bylaws on page 18. Clause 40, on the location of meetings, the details actually have also been given under the new amendment of the new bylaws, as on page 23. On clause 35, on elections, whose details will also or have been shared on page 24. And clause number 37, eligibility for membership to the management committee or the board, whose details will also be given on page 25. On clause 53, compensation to members of management, whose details according to the new bylaws will also be given on page 29. On clause 59, on supervisory committee, whose details will also be given on page 36 as per the new bylaws. Clause 60, duties of the supervisory committee, whose details will also be given on page 36. On clause 73, determination of financial statements, the details will be given on page 43. I believe some of you probably are following to see where page 33. This is according to the new bylaws that upon adoption and ratification this afternoon, if we agree with the amendments, the details will be shared on our website. So they are not contained on the financial booklets. On clause 66, regulations and policies that will also be shared is on page 43. I believe you have the details for all these clauses for the new amended bylaws. You'll be able to go through, or I'm assuming that you have already gone through, because the details are so many, and going through them one by one would take us the whole day here. On clause 78, restriction on disposal of dividends, the details will be available on page 43, on 44 I mean, though the details are also provided on those amended areas as per the new bylaws. The details are here on these booklets. On page 78, on the common seal of the Sacco, the details will be available on page 48 as highlighted as per the new amendments contained in this booklet. Clause 81 and 90, whose details have also been given according to the new bylaw on page 49. Clause 84 and 93 on the amendment of bylaws, whose details have also been shared on this booklet and also contained in the new amended bylaws on page 50. And lastly, on clause 85 and 94 on acceptance of the document, whose details have been given on page 50 of the amended bylaws as highlighted in this booklet. So I think with those few remarks, we have expected that probably you have gone through the required amendments as contained in this booklet on that last column. That is why we had to share these financial booklets early enough. Then upon approval of these amendments, then we shall avail to all our members our new bylaws that will give details of all these amendments as required by the law. So, Madam Director, I believe now from here we request for proposer and a seconder. Proposer and a seconder.
So we have Edmond Pamba. We'll get his member number. Edmond, you can hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Please give us your membership number.
That's just a little bit. That's 013 1103.
A seconder.
Thank you, Edmund.
Caroline Shivachi, member number 013-2310. I second.
Thank you.
Okay, members, huu ni wakati wa maswali, and we have already received questions from those who are virtual present. I also do believe there could be some of you who have questions, but I would prefer we confine ourselves to the agendas of today. Let us not go to other issues that can be answered in the office. Let us just confine ourselves to what we have listened to what we have read. And let me invite Mr. Chairman, maybe to take us through that. Question time, yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we are here to take you through this session for questions. I would request those who are physically and virtually present can raise up their queries, though there are a number of questions that we had already received. Though, as Bwana MC had already mentioned here, for the sake of time, we shall restrict ourselves to only the agendas or any other question that had been sent to this team prior to the date as had been communicated by the secretary. Sinu kweli? Are we clear there? Yes. The questions are here. So briefly, if we don't have any other question raised by this team who are physically present here, then allow me take you through the questions that actually have been raised by our members from the virtual platform so that we can go through them briefly as we continue with our meeting. From the first issue was on the issue that was raised by Madam Christine Madia. Kindly address my question and concerns in regarding this meeting over the email I sent the other day. And we all heard from Christine. Her concern was, given that we've had very tough times during 2019 and 2020, she had requested that or her concern was rather, given that during that time, if it is possible, the honorarium that had been proposed here, if we allow the board to take 1.1 in 2019 and 1.5 in 2020. Indeed, we truly appreciate your concerns, and it's not only the concern for Madea, Christine, and all our members at large. We do appreciate your concern. Things have been difficult, but the truth of the matter is, this team, if you have been following closely from all our financial reports from 2016, we have never reviewed the issue of honorarium, and it has always remained at 1.5. Other than that, this team during that difficult time, you all bear us witness here, they work extra hard to ensure that despite all these challenges that we had during the year when COVID-19 was reported, the Sacco still performed very well, and all of us do appreciate that we got interest at the rate of 13.6% and dividend at the rate of 20.3%. I believe that was courtesy of this team who are seated here and who are requesting for the 1.5 for 2019. And that is why the board requested if we would be able to maintain, because we never reviewed that, we just requested to maintain it at 1.5. This is something that so far has not been paid, and that is why it was brought to us for approval. I don't know whether there are other members here in this forum who shares the same views with Christine towards reduction of this, because I believe that was the first question. So do we all agree?
Thank you. I'm Caroline Shivachi. Now, I share the same views with Christine because, as you can see, this year you are going to reduce our interest to 11% from 13%. And we all share the same. It has been difficult for all of us. If you can only feel what we also feel, then this year, kindly, let us share the burden. Let us feel what even the members who are contributing to the Sacco are going through. And then we can see if things go well, if the pandemic goes away, things are good, I don't have a problem with an increment on the honorarium.
For the sake of time, I would request that because we have so many questions, so initially this report had been approved. I don't know whether you'd request that we change. I stand to be guided on this, Madam DCO Director. Now that there are issues being raised on the distribution or disposal of the honorarium, and the questions are being raised on the same issue.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, when there are two opinions brought forward by the general membership, we normally put them into voting. I don't know whether you have that facility where the members can decide on the proposed honoraria. 1.5 had a proposer and a seconder, and I can see 1.1 also has a proposer and a seconder.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, there is that facility. Okay. Okay. That they vote. Okay. They can vote online. Okay. So the chairman, you can continue as he prepares for that. So it will be voted for.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
So for those of us who are here present physically and those of us who are following these proceedings virtually, wherever you are, that question has been noted and it will be voted for shortly after this to enable us know whether the 20, because concern, Christine's concern was on the 2019 honorarium to be reduced to 1.1 while maintaining 1.5 for 2020. So allow me to take you to the next question. The other question was, the team was asking for clarification on moratorium and amortization. A moratorium is usually the grace period given by any financial institution in terms of repayment for those who are repaying for loans. So it's just a loan, it's just a grace period that is given to cushion those who are affected. And that was given to our members during that difficult time when we started experiencing the effects of COVID-19 from 2019. On amortization, we noted that majority of our members were struggling with repayments during the year when we started having the challenges for COVID-19. And with the team here, the board discussed and approved for the amortization of the whole repayment of loans for all members who are repaying their loans. I hope wherever we are, those who are physically present and those who are following us virtually have been able to note that. I believe on the ratio of members' loans, distribution, contribution on deposits, I believe those details have been shared on our financial booklets. I don't need to shed more light on the same. On the education training, I believe this is something that we are working on, whether we'll have another session for virtual education program for our members. That is something that is under consideration, and we shall be able to organize accordingly and communicate to our members when that time comes. It's unfortunate that some members actually have also raised concern on the delayed response over the social media platform that we are using this morning. We request that you bear with us as much as we started exactly on time. If, because of connection challenges, that we can confirm from our end everything is running on smoothly. But if you happen not to have logged in on time, we do apologize and hope that next time we shall be able to ensure that connection is done accordingly on time. On the incorporation of members of the board with disabilities into the board, I believe that is part of the resolutions or the amendments of the bylaws, because I believe, Madam Director, that is something that is already under the amendment of the bylaws, and that would be considered. I think from the questions that have been presented here, those are the main ones that actually touches on the financial presentation that we have done here. Unless from the platform, online platform, if there are others that have not been given to us, probably you can help us to take note of the same, so that within a period of 5 minutes, we should be done to enable us to do something else. Or if there is any member here, other than those who are following us virtually, who has any query on whatever has been presented here, a point of correction, ladies and gentlemen. I'm informed that Madam Mathias, as we wait for your vote, Madam Christine Mathias' concern was on the honoraria for 2020 that she had proposed to be reduced to 1.1, and we maintain the one for 2019 at 1.5. Thank you. Any other query from those of us who are here?
My name is Alpati Karanja, membership number 11508. This concerning clarification of the loan repayment that you mentioned earlier. A member has been paid for the last 1 year, but all of a sudden, because of this COVID, maybe 2 months did not pay, but not continuously. He paid maybe January, then March. But all of a sudden, it was sent maybe a message concerning, since you have not paid, then the shares of your guarantors will be deducted. So I just want to confirm from Mr. Chairman.
Help me to understand your question, my honorable member. You are saying that because of the effects of COVID, a number of us who are not able to make payments for their loans, all right?
Yes, but this member be continuously paying loan is all of a sudden, but he jumped maybe 2 months. But later on was sent a message that shares from his guarantors or her guarantors will be deducted. But no, so we just want to confirm from the group.
It is worth noting that as we have mentioned here that we carried out amortization, rescheduling of all loans under new platform. Rescheduling of loans as was done by the office did not mean extension of the repayment period. This amortization was carried out purely based on the remaining period of repayment. So in case in between, during that time, you might or one might have happened to skip a month or two, then as we are rescheduling, obviously these loans, whenever at the time of applications, they are covered. So those 2 months, as we are rescheduling or restructuring these loans, it is important to note that those 2 months, if we happen to add, would not be covered by the insurers. And that would also technically means that your repayment period would be extended by those 2 months. So technically what we are doing, for the 2 months that one was not able to repay because of difficulties experienced during that time, we were adding them to the existing loan amount in a situation that it exceeded the loan guaranteed by the other guarantors. Then it was forcing us to recover the additional amount on top from the guarantorship that was offered by your guarantors. I don't know whether you get my point, sir. Restructuring or this amortization that we are doing, we were not extending the repayment period. So we were just continuing giving you a lower repayment amount, but maintaining the period. So in a situation that after restructuring this loan over the remaining period, the amount happens to exceed your deposit and the guaranteed amount, or rather your guarantors amount that was being offered, then we were being forced on that additional amount on top that we had to recover it from your guarantors to enable us spread the remaining amount within the remaining period left. I hope tumeelewana hapo. Thank you. I'll request, for the sake of time, maybe from this forum here, to take 2 or 3 questions with the permission of the director, for the sake of time. If there are any queries from this team here or from the other platform, so that we can be able to ensure that we maintain time as had been advised.
So we are ready for the polling, eh? Right, so a few instructions before we open the poll. For those following us on Facebook and YouTube, unfortunately you'll not be able to participate in the poll because it's not interactive. But for those who are in the WebEx meeting, you will get a question that reads, do you agree to reduce the honoraria for the financial year 2020 from Kenya shillings 1.5 to 1.1 million? So there will be 2 options, yes and no. So you can only choose one option and you can only vote once the polling has been opened. So just look at your phones, you'll get a prompt that there's a poll that has been opened.
We are requesting even those who are here present, you are free to air your views. Si ni kweli? Yes. Through voting. This platform is open. If you have your phone, please you can join to ensure that we get your opinion. Msiogope.
So those who are present, you can also see on the screens the live voting. Please note you have 5 minutes time limit for the poll. After 5 minutes, we'll close it. So you have 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go.
Yeah.
One minute to go. 1 minute.
Okay. Okay, I understand there are those who are present and they are unable to vote. How many of us are unable to vote? So, but they have to decide on yes or no. first. That is the thing. Yeah. So how many are for 1.5? To remain 1.5?
Help us to count?
Okay.
Okay. I'm just excusing myself.
So staff are not supposed to do that, please. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. That one. Oh, that one are for yes. How many are saying no? 1.1? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 no. So 5 minutes are over?
Yes, 5 minutes out.
Okay.
We have the results.
Okay, so the results are as follows, yes. Yes, 193, and no, 62. 62. Okay, the members, the results are as follows. 1.5, we have 224 votes. 1.1, 69 votes. So 1.5 carries the day. Thank you. Amma, how was the question? That was the question, yeah. Yeah. You have something? Huh?
No, but
The question was, do you agree to reduce the honorarium for the financial year 2020 from 1.5 to 1.1? Yeah. So those who have said yes, they are more. Yeah, they are more.
yeah, the ones who are saying yes are more.
Yeah, they are the staff. Yeah. Yes.
Yes, on reduction.
Sorry, so it should be the vice versa. So, so those who have said they want to reduce, they are 224. Those who are for no, those who are for no, they are 224. Those who are for yes are 69.
Those who are for yes, 200.
The question is, do you want to reduce? Please let me get the question, how you put it, the question.
So the question was, do you agree to reduce the honoraria for the financial year 2020 from Kenya shillings 1.5 million to 1.1 million?
Yes, those who have said yes, they are 224. People understood the other way? Okay. So can we repeat? So that we don't have a... Reframe the question, please. So, we are here for you. We don't want to... Tick, yeah, please.
Okay.
Yeah, as we handle other things so that the members can repeat. Yeah. So we go to the agenda of elections, Mr. Chairman. Okay, resolutions.
So once again, allow me to invite the chairman to take us through the resolutions. After which we are going to have the appointment of the auditors, and then finally we shall have the elections. I've said the chairman to take us through the resolutions. After that, the appointment of auditors, and finally, the last agenda.
So the next poll is ready. The one that we have restated the question. Now the question reads, please choose the honoraria to be paid for financial year 2020. So we are going to reopen the poll, and the answers are 1.5 million and 1.1 million. So we'll give you 5 minutes to do the polling. Okay, so we are going to open the poll starting now.
Yes. I can see members are still voting. And as we vote, members, if you have gone through the audited accounts, you can see there was growth. There was growth. It's only that the year was affected by COVID-19. So I can see the voting is going on. It is going on, eh? Yeah. So those who are here, those who are voting for 1.5, can you raise up your hands? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. 1.5, 27. 1.1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16. So I can see the voting is still on.
Yeah, slightly over 2 minutes to go.
Uh-huh.
1 minute to closing the poll.
Okay. So it is over. We have 14 seconds.
Now you're compiling results.
So we have 1.5, 84. And 1.1, 186. So the results are as follows. Those who are for 1.5, they are 111. And those who are for 1.1 are 202. So we go by the majority. Thank you. We go to the resolutions? Yeah. 202.
So the appointment of auditors, I've been requested that we allow the auditors to step out briefly to allow us. Can you do that go through that resolution? The appointment of resolution. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, without wasting much time, I think we are going now to the next item that is under resolution, is appointment of auditors. We have requested them to step out briefly, though under appointment of auditors, having expressed their willingness to continue as our auditors, the board was proposing reappointment of Henry Smith and Wilson as our auditors. So I don't know whether we'll all agree or if we have other reservations before confirming this. Do we go with the proposer and the seconder? Or? I'm reminded that we need to go with the proposer and the seconder if we are in agreement to have the current auditors to continue working for us during 2021, year 2021.
So we have member Runji Kanya. Runji, can hear us? Hello, Runji, can you hear us? So we'll get another member. I think she can't hear us. We have Martha Kahiga. Martha, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Please give us your membership number to be a proposer.
18880.
Thank you, Martha.
Okay.
12041, Patrick Wanjohi. I second.
Thank you so much. I think that is confirmed. Now we take you to the resolutions. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, under the amendment, under the notice convening the meeting, there was an item under resolutions that also we need to go through very fast. The first item under resolutions was the registration, registering our Sacco as an undeposit taking Sacco in compliance with the regulation 2020. The board hereby proposes registration of the Sacco with SASRA as an undeposit taking Sacco. I'm guided that on each and every resolution we'll just have a proposer and a seconder.
So we have Irene Angoni. Irene, can you hear us?
The other arm of Kilisitu, properties.
Hello, Irene. You're breaking up. Sorry, I think we'll pick another member. We have Purity Muredi. Purity, can you hear us?
I can.
Please give us your membership number.
My membership number is 9221. However, I would want to ask for clarification what that exactly means. If you're registered as a non-deposit taking Sacco.
You're not very clear, Purity.
She's seeking for clarification.
Okay. I said my membership number is 1921, but maybe the chair can clarify what exactly that means. Those of us.
So you want clarification what that resolution means, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you, member. Maybe she had not logged in by the time I was clarifying this at the beginning of the meeting. What that resolution means is that it's now a requirement by the government that all cooperatives with 100 million in form of deposits like yours will be regulated by SASRA. So it is a procedure that members in a general meeting pass a resolution. So this is just a formality because it is the requirement for all cooperatives. It is not just this one only. So even without the FOSA, you will be regulated. Those are the new developments in the cooperative movement. I hope it is clear. Can we now have a proposer and a seconder? It was done.
My name is Susan Gwenya, membership number 13610. I propose.
Thank you. Seconder, can we have somebody from mtandao?
We have Lillian Wakini. Lillian, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. My membership number is 23405. I second.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lillian.
These minutes will be required by SASRA. That's why we are doing this. Thank you. Chairman, you proceed with the other resolutions.
Thank you, members. We seem to be moving on very well. The second resolution is the registration of a subsidiary body as an investment arm of the Sacco. Once again, in order to separate savings and credit business from other investments of the Sacco, the board hereby proposes the registration of a subsidiary body to take over as an investment arm of the Sacco. I believe initially our legal experts were here before to shed some lights on the same. And we explained even in my report that after consultation on this idea or this particular resolution, we had been advised that the best way with the kind of investments that we are so far having, that the best way to go is to register a subsidiary body that will take over all other investments of the Sacco as we separate from the savings and credit business. It is a requirement also, as we register with SASRA, will no longer be required to handle those investments, at the same time handle credit and saving business. I believe, Madam Director, that is the law. So we again just need a proposer and a seconder.
My name is Joseph Joroge. Membership number 13924, I propose.
Thank you.
And we have Alice. Alice, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. My membership number is 013-1206, and I second.
Thank you.
Thank you. Allow me then to take you to the third resolution, that is on the borrowing power. The board again, once again, proposes to maintain the borrowing power of the Sacco at 600 million. This is just a proposal. This is not a figure that we are requesting for your approval here to spend, but as a requirement, we need to have it as a resolution. Again, we need a proposer and a seconder.
So we have Runji Kanya. Runji, can you hear us? Runji Kanya, can you hear us? So, and we have Paminas Maina. Paminas, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Please give us your membership number.
My membership number is 19026. I propose.
Thank you. Seconder?
Pamela Diambo, admission number is 11509.
Thank you. The next item under resolution is appointment of auditors. Yeah, they are done. Oh, we are done on the same. Thank you. Then we can ask our auditors to come back. Okay. Bana MC, you can request them to come back. The ratification of audited accounts was done. Honorarium, that is also done. So ratification of KCB and Co-op bank account opening. As per our strategic plan, ladies and gentlemen, in line with the expansion of our branch network, the board hereby seeks ratification for opening of the above-mentioned bank accounts that was done during last year and part of early this year when we opened our new branch in Utawala in January 2020. So we are seeking ratification for the branch opening and the 2 accounts opening that were opened to assist those who are going for services in our new branch in Utawala. The reason being, when we opened our new branch in Utawala, as a resolution, the AGM is supposed to approve. But given that we never had an AGM last year to approve this, that is why we are bringing it for ratification. In line with our strategic objectives, as we are opening this other branch in Utawala, given that our main bank has been ABSA, as it's unfortunate that ABSA does not have a branch along Utawala or Eastern Bypass. And thus, the board was necessitated by this to organize, to open 2 other bank accounts to assist those who would be going to deposit, given that we don't so far, or are not allowed by regulation to be taking cash because we don't have a front office service. That is why we are seeking for ratification for the Utawala branch opening and the 2 bank accounts that were open to facilitate the operation of that particular branch. That is the KCB branch and Co-op branch. I hope I've explained. A propose and a seconder.
So we have Francis Moasia. Francis, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. My names are Francis Moasia, member number 10756. I propose.
Thank you.
Matinda Evelyn, membership number 013 2918. I second.
Thank you so much. I think we are done on the resolutions. The other 3 that actually are part of these resolutions had already been ratified or approved as per the requirement. Thank you so much.
So for the ones online, please lower your hands for now.
We are moving on very well. At this point, allow me to invite DCO, Madam Wedega, to take us through the other part.
Okay, thank you, the chair, the rest of the board members, the supervisory committee, other invited guests, and members of Verona Huruma Sacco. Okay, thank you. Mr. Chairman, let me first of all thank you for the good performance for the last 2 years. Those 2 years were tough years for the cooperative societies, but the results are very impressive. Mr. Chairman, also let me also take this opportunity also to thank you also for organizing this meeting. During this period, I know it has been hectic, and you have been able to have the meeting despite the challenges that are there. Mr. Chairman, from your report, I'm able to see that you have been able to define your key pillars for this society. You know where you are headed to, and your membership requires to support you so that you can be able to achieve the goals that you have already set. Going forward, Mr. Chairman, the society has to craft a business continuity plan so that we are able to move at the same pace and even at a higher pace than the way we are moving. And I'm sure your team is capable to take this society to the higher level. And come next year, I know the membership will be smiling. I'm also happy, Mr. Chairman, that you've been able to embrace technology. We are using technology today, and that is the way to go for the cooperative society. We have to embrace technology. This COVID-19 has come up with new ways, has made us to think outside the box as cooperators, because we used to meet for the whole day, but today we are limited by the situation that is there. So let us embrace technology so that in future, even other activities like members training, we can even use the technology to train the membership. Mr. Chairman, you need also to improve on your processes. I know the processes are very key in a cooperative society, and I know they are not badly off, but there is need to keep on improving the processes so that the members can get the services as required. So at this point, I want Chairman to go through straight to the agenda of elections. And according to the law, a third retires annually. And you know, last year, as the director mentioned, last year we did not have the AGM. And that is the reason why those who are retiring last year are the ones who are retiring today. And a third that ought to have retired last year was James Gedua. Gedua, ako na sisi? Okay, Cecilia Mwangi, Francis Gaho. Those are the three board members who ought to have retired last year, but due to COVID situation, we could not be able to have the AGM. And therefore, they are retiring today. And they are eligible for being re-elected back. But we also have new people who also showed interest. We have Dennis Tudu Gedenji and Akona Sisi. Okay. Veronica Jerry Rongo. Okay. And Joroge Charles Geshanga. Okay. They are all with us. So for the position of the board, we have 6 candidates. 3 are eligible for being re-elected back. And when we go to the polling station, we are going to elect the best 3 out of 6. Okay, okay. So for the supervisory committee, we have John Irongo Mwema. Akona sis? Okay. He's the one retiring today and eligible for being re-elected back also. But we also have another candidate who showed interest, that is Stephen Moreithi Mwangi. Akona sisi? Okay, thank you. I can see all the candidates are here. So what I'm going to do, I'll start with the board. The board members can come in front, those who are interested in the position of the board. We have James Kedua, Cecilia Mwangi, Francis Gaho. Please come in front. Dennis Gitundu, Veronica Jerry, and Joroge Charles Gishanga. You need to be seen, eh? So those are the 6 candidates who are vying for the position of 3 board positions. And they have met all the requirements as per your bylaw. And when we go to voting members, it is important for me to remind you that you are going to vote for 3 out of 6. If you vote once, if you vote twice, maximum is 3. But if you vote more than 4 times, yeah, it will be a spoiled vote. That is what I'm getting from. There is that, whatever, it will be counted as a spoiled vote. So the board position, for the board position, the members will be given 5 minutes to vote. For the supervisory committee also, they'll also be given 5 minutes to vote. And for the board, please, you can sit so that I also call the supervisory committee. Those are the candidates that are vying for 3 positions. Supervisory committee, John Irongo Mwema, Stephen Moreithi Mwangi, those are the 2 supervisory members who have shown interest, and we require 1. So when it comes to voting, we are required to vote once, not twice. So the instructions are very clear. So have a seat. So members, let's go to the Pouring station, the nini is already provided for. The sheet is already provided. Okay. Okay. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, for James Gedua, we need a proposer and a seconder. Proposer and a seconder for James Gedua.
You cannot when you are there.
Proposer and a seconder for James Gedua.
So we have Samson Omusula. Samson, can you hear us?
Samson.
Give us your number. Hello, Samson.
My name is Samson Omsula. My membership number is 0130 523.
Thank you, Samson.
Seconder.
12041, Patrick Mugo. I second.
Okay. So we go to Cecilia Mwangi. Proposer for Cecilia Mwangi. You can display the photo for Cecilia Mwangi. Proposer for Cecilia Mwangi.
We have Martin Mutinda. Martin, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can.
Give us your membership number.
013 50 51.
Sorry, I think, just repeat that number again.
013 50 51.
Thank you.
Seconder.
Eunice Kanaga, membership number 0124618. I second.
Okay, thank you. Francis Gaho. Tupate picha ya Gaho, Mr. Francis Gaho. What has happened?
We have Agnes Kokonya. Agnes, can you hear us?
Yes.
Please give us your number.
My number is 16915.
Thank you.
Seconder.
17844. I second.
Okay. Name? Jina, madam?
Irene Munene.
Okay. Dennis Getundu Gedenji, simama tukuone. Proposer for Dennis Getundu Gedenji.
We have Michael Gishore. Michael, can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm here. 015402. I'm supporting.
Seconder.
Thank you.
Seconder for Dennis for
01-1947, John Derito, I second.
Veronica Jerry Rongo.
We have Jane Washuka. Jane, can you hear us? Hello, Jane, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Please give us your number.
1758.
Seconder.
Geraldine Betsy, 2770. I second.
We have Joroge Charles Gishanga. Proposer is already here.
011-3489.
Aris.
Irene.
Irene.
Wakanyi.
Wakanyi. Seconder.
We have Cynthia Mora. Cynthia, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Membership number 0128967.
Thank you.
So all the board members have been proposed and seconded, so they are all candidates. Can we do the same for the supervisory so that when we go to voting now, we don't come back again? Eh? The supervisory committee, proposer for John Irongo Mwema. John, please stand. Okay.
Patrick Karanja, 11508, I propose.
Second.
We have Ian. Ian, can you hear us?
Membership number 14498. I second.
Thank you.
So we have Stephen Mureithi Mwangi. Please stand. You have to.
Yeah, in the interest of time and in the interest of continuity, I would like to step down for John, just to save for the larger good.
Okay.
Thank you.
So with that now, John Irongo Mwema is unopposed. He has been proposed and seconded. He is unopposed. So we are through, we are done with the supervisory committee. Ni sawa? So members, we go to the board now. And as I said, from the word go, there are 6 in number. We require 3 out of 6. So you pick your best 3. Sawa? Those are the signing instructions. So can we start?
Yeah, so we are going to open the poll. Again, I repeat the instructions.
Yeah.
There will be 6 candidates. Please choose only 3. If you choose more than 3, that vote will not count. So please choose only 3. It will be the same as the other poll that we did, and we are going to give you 5 minutes for the same. So we are opening the poll starting now.
For those who are present, are you
So
voting, are you voting virtually? You cannot. Okay, sorry. Okay. So those present and they feel that they should vote, they should raise their hands. So it means that the candidates must go out. One by one. Sini sawa? Mumevote virtually na mnasema mnataka ku raise up your hands.
Hii voting itakuwa complicated kidogo. Hapa kama unachagua the best 3 hapa.
Kuna wale mumemanage kuvote virtually?
The nominees, have they voted virtually?
No, they are not voting.
The nominees are the candidates?
Yes, the candidates.
How can they fail not to vote under their members?
They can vote for themselves.
They can vote for themselves and 2 more. They have that right. So anybody who voted virtually and is still here? Some are still trying.
Because we want to remain with the ones who would not have voted virtually.
Madam, I heard you said like you had voted. Unajua, I'm very keen. You have voted, eh? So just go out, huh? You know? This is the problem of being a teacher. You can see all your students and study the body language. She had indicated she had voted, but she was still seated there. Any other person who has managed to vote? Of course, the staff will not vote, eh? Yes. So, Sisi, mbona tuja vote virtually? Is it because we have a challenge getting into the link, or you didn't register? You have a challenge with the link. Hii lugha ya wenyewe imekuwa shida kidogo. Haya, sawa. Now we can proceed.
Okay. Okay, James Gedua, how many are for James Gedua? Is Gedua with us? Yes. Please go out.
Candidates, we go out one by one, eh?
One by one.
After this, you come back, but we will count your vote. We are assuming you are voting for yourself. Yeah, so, nyuma ya hiyo mlango tu. We should not make enemies, eh? Yes, proceed.
Please, and those who are here, you know we have 6 candidates and we require 3. So you raised your hand 3 times. How many are for James Gedua? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. Cecilia, please go out. Utwitie Gedua. Is Gedua back? Kama tuendelee. How many are for Cecilia Mwangi? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Francis Gaho.
So the online poll has closed, just to let you know.
How many are for Francis Gaho? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Dennis Getundu. Umetoka Dennis? Ametoka? Okay.
Dennis is outside.
Okay. How many are for Dennis Gitundu Githenji? One. Veronica Jerry, please. Ako nje? Veronica Jerry. Ametoka? How many are Veronica Jerry Rongo? 1. Joroge Charles Gishenko ama Gishanga. Okay. Okay, how many are for Joroge Charles Gishanga? 1, 2.
So the online poll has also closed. We are just going to tally the results. So we can announce per candidate. So James Muturi.
Muturi, 135 votes. $135. Mrs. Cecilia, 146. Mr. Joroge Charles, 80. Mrs. Veronica Jerry, 128. Dennis Gitundu, 77. Mr. Francis Gaho, 96. We have not added. We are adding. Yeah. So you can. Okay, let me take this opportunity to announce the results. James Githua, he got 34 physical and 135 virtual, plus his total 170. Cecilia Mwangi, she got 24 physical, virtual 146, and hers 171. Francis Gaho, physical 29, virtual 96, plus his total 126. Dennis Gitundu Githinji, 1 physical, 77 virtual, and his 79. Veronica Jerry Rongo, 1 physical, 128 virtual, and Has 130, Joroge Charles Kishango, physical 2, virtual 80 plus his 83. So the best 3 we have Cecilia Mwangi with 171 votes. Akunja hapa Bere. James Gedua with 170. And Veronica Jerry Rongo with 130. Veronica Jerry Rongo with 130. So those are the 3 board members who are going to join the rest of the board. So, but we have the others. Nani got, number 4 was Francis Gaho, number 5 was Joroge Charles, and number 6 was Dennis Ketundu Gidenji. So I give them a chance to say thank you to the members and also say something. My dear.
Tumsifu Yesu Kristo. Sijui nianze na kusema nini. I can see the love for you. And Verona Huruma Sacco iko ndani ya damu yangu. Kwa nini nasema hivyo? It's part and parcel of my life. Naanza hivyo kwa sababu I was in the interim committee by the year 1994 up to now. Haikuwa kazi rahisi, ilikuwa kazi ngumu. Tumepitia milima na mabonde. Mimi nikiwa mshiriki kwa hiyo milima na mabonde. Kwa hivyo I feel it. Nikiflashback najua pahali nimetoka. Vile umenirudisha tena, na waomba tu kitu kimoja, usaidizi wenu. Wakati board inasema hivi, tuwe kitu kimoja kwa kukubaliana, ili tuweze kusonga mbele pamoja. I will always work with you, ili tuweze kujiinua katika hali ya kimaisha, kulisha familia zetu na kusomesha watoto wetu. Thank you.
Dear members, board, I want to thank you for the confidence that you've given back to us to continue serving you. Ours is to pray that we work and we walk together, and through God's guidance, we'll be able to move the Sacco forward, and we need your support, and we need your prayers. Thank you.
Tumsifu Yesu Kristu. Tumsifu tena. Yangu ni kuwashukuru kwa sababu ya kunichagua. Nimenyenyekea sana mbele yenu na ninasema ni asante, na ninawaambia ya kwamba nitajaribu kuwatumikia. Mimi niko na imani na hii board. Nimekuwa member kwa miaka 20 na nimekuwa na trust kubwa kwa hawa ambao wanatuongoza. Sishiria tumekuwa na yeye kanisani na chairman. So mimi nawashukuru sana. Kwanza mimi nikiwa mlemavu wa kwanza, nafikiria kwa board hakuja kuwa na mtu ambaye ako na disability. Mimi ndiye wa kwanza, niko na physical disability, na lakini hii haitanizuia kufanya kazi ya kitume ambayo mmenipatia. Kwa hivyo Mungu awabariki sana, na mimi ninawaahidi ya kwamba nita-utilize my skills za guidance and counseling ili tuweze kuboresha watoto ambao wanasaidiwa katika psychosocial program ya Sacco, ili nyinyi members mkitoa pesa kusaidia hawa watoto wasiende wakapotea. Si ndio? Ni kweli. Sasa mimi nitakuwa pale kuwalk na hawa watoto, ili kwa kweli kama members tuone ya kwamba pesa yetu haiendi chini. Mungu awabariki sana.
Next is John Irongo Mwema. Say something.
Nashukuru, langu ni kusema ni shukrani sana na kuwa na moyo wa chini ya kwamba mmekuwa na imani na kazi ambayo nimekuwa nikitekeleza, na naomba tuwe pamoja, na naahidi kwamba nitazidisha yale yote ambayo mnataka yafanyike. Asanteni.
Okay, thank you members for that opportunity and also for the elections that you have done. They have been done fairly, nobody can complain. Those are your results. And at this point, I want to give mic to the chair so that he can give us the next, the direction, the MC, sorry.
Our members, we are moving on very well. And let me say we are almost coming to the end of today's session, today's business. That was the last business for today. And so at this point, I'd like to invite Madam Rosina Mumo to give votes of thanks. Karibu, Madam.
Tumsifu Yesu Kristu tena. Nimechukua nafasi ambayo sio yangu, lakini nataka kumwarifu my sister there Veronica kwamba disability is not inability. Disability is not inability. Jipe moyo.
Okay, I'm being advised Madam Mumo.
Vote of thanks, AGM financial year 2020. To the chief guest, Madam Aremo, our patron, Father Andrew, board chairman, Mr. William, invited guests, members and management staff, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I am humbled today to deliver the vote of thanks for this year's AGM, being the first of its kind. To all our dignitaries assembled here and our beloved members of the Sacco present virtually, and all those following through YouTube and Facebook, let me first of all start by giving glory to the Almighty God for making today's occasion a resounding success. In a special way, I thank our special guest, Madam Director. Despite your busy schedule, you found time to grace our AGM. Your words of encouragement and continued support to our society is a great and valued gesture to us all. I would like to thank our patron for the spiritual support and valuable contribution to make our society the way it is today. We are grateful to the Sacco chairman and the entire board of directors for their steward leadership, support, vision, and commitment to the society's growth. I thank all distinguished guests for accepting our invitation and their contribution towards the success of the occasion. My heartfelt thanks to the management staff for the servanthood commitment to our society, the Sacco members for their patronage, and also in a special way to our ICT technical team led by our supervisory secretary, Mr. Eric and Godfrey, and the technical team from the Safari Park Hotel for their unceasing support to make our AGM a grand success. May God bless and protect you always. May God bless Huruma Sacco. Thank you.
Now, members, I'm told that there is lunch for all of us. Once we are done here, we shall move out through that door, and out there you'll be guided by the staff for our Safari Park. At this point, let me invite our patron, Father Joy, to give the final prayers and also to pray for the food that we are going to take. Father Joy.
Let us stand. God our Father, we thank you for the moment we have been together for this successful day. We thank you for what we have said, what we have planned, what we have evaluated. We have to bless our Sacco, our leaders, our members, the ones who are present here, the ones who are not able to come, that you may bless their families, you may bless their work, you may bless their businesses, you may bless whatever they do to get a living. We invite you to be with us as we go to share whatever we have been prepared for us, that you may bless it, that it may be of good service to us. Help us to serve you now and all the time. And we ask all this in Jesus' name. Amen. The Lord be with you. May Almighty God bless us, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Have a good time. Thank you so much.